All right, we're back with another original design by Dr. Fu. Got Flexa, the HexaFlexagon. Sorry, HexaFlexagon. And it's with the $1 now. Somebody did one and then they taped it or something, but no tape or glue. And I made two different ones just to see which looked better. And this one, it does have the eagle right there on one triangle, but can't read the inscription. And then the pyramid eye, that's okay. But I went through a lot of these trying to come up with the best lock, and I wanted it to be, big enough to play with, whereas it can make it smaller and lock even better. But it's really bulky on the one corner where I'm locking it all. This one, it's nice and uniform, and it stays together plenty good. Okay. Um, oh yeah. Well, anyway, that's how you get it apart. And yeah, I think turned out pretty elegant right there, though. And so I decided to do it. Now this is with the bottom edge of the bill burned or folded in, and this is with the top edge, and I like it much better. First off, look at that. The pyramid is right in the middle there. That's pretty cool. And then you got the full inscription right there. So you want to see how to make this one? I hope you do. Spread it around because you can do it with regular paper. You can fold the strip into thirds, and then when you cut the end, make the end even. I'll mention that while I'm showing you this one. So this is the one we're going to do then. But first, a word from our sponsor, Money Origami Originals. 3D modular flower star deal. I'm still working on the modules, but you can connect 3, 4, 5, or 6 modules. And you put the oracle in the center, or you can put the diamond in the center. That's pretty cool. Looks real nice. So I want to do a little bit more work on it, but it'll be pretty cool coming up pretty soon, hopefully. But I already spent a lot of time on it. It's not quite how I want it. So yeah, back to the model. We're going to not make it like this one. But yeah, look, no tape or glue. We are going to make it like this one. All right. Now, since it's pretty simple, we're not going to fold the whole thing. But what's really cool about it is if you do it with paper as well, you can put a secret note inside the middle, and then you fold it up into the flexahexagon. Then you can, decorate it real cool, like this one. And then you can tell them, oh yeah, there's a note inside. And then you can pull it apart and get to the note. So if you're using paper, you can have this edge go all the way into thirds. It'd be a little more challenging at the end with these little folds. but we're going to try to take care of these first. So we don't have to struggle too much at the end doing that. All right, well, maybe we'll make a new one because on this one, when I fold it in, you have to fold in 1/5. That's the hardest part. And I folded in a little bit too much, which makes the triangles a little bit shorter. And then the problem is, see, you have this little excess piece. It's supposed to be even, like this side. Now, if you don't fold in enough, then the lock won't work as good. So now if you fold in too much and you have a little edge sticking out like this one did, I ended up tucking that little tiny bit inside. And then I even tucked this little corner inside that pocket. But, well, as I said, that's not really ideal. So, let's get a new bill. 87? What the heck? You skipped a bunch, man. No, they went into the modular flower star deal, which, dang, I really thought that was going to be a little bit better, but, so it's not up next. Sorry about that. All right. So we got the brand new buck, 87. Now, there's two different ways to get 1/5. You can fold it over a little bit and then fold the other piece in half. And try to make that go to the middle. So that's pretty hard, but something like that, see? But if your border on the back is real even on the top and the bottom like this one, what we're going to do is fold it on this line. We want, let's see, this one was a little bit too much. So this white line right here, we want to keep it on this side. So use that as your guide. And keep that on this side of the bill. That line right there. All right. Otherwise, you're going to have to just try to get 1/5 if your border's totally uneven. But I'd recommend, a nice crisp bill. So they still got them at the banks right now. So I would go and get 10 or 20 bucks to sponsor the channel with. So you can fold the models and have them come out super nice, I mean, if you're going to make the Oracle, you want it to look awesome. All right, so we're going to try right there because you don't want that cruddy little end showing up. All right, so that's a pretty good place. And, or if you want to measure it, it should be just a scooch over 13. So there's 15, and the 13 is just hidden. and it got it a tiny bit crooked. So you want that super straight. What's great about this is the dollar is so good at making a long-lasting flexagon. And it's a fun toy. It's pretty fun just to flip it around uh, over and over and over. So you got the numbers all upside right. Or you got the numbers turned sideways. So 3 different faces, but 6 different looks. All right. So that looks pretty good. Now, fold in half with the crease on the inside. I didn't even make one with this side of the bill out. I don't think it's going to be as interesting. But I did just for fun make a $3 one. So that's pretty cool. But we'll make that into a star or something. So you've got it like this. Now, before you really crease it super hard, you make sure that everything's nice and straight. Now is about the only time you can fix it. It's just a tiny bit off. And there we go. So it'll get much more creased in as you use it. It's awesome, which makes it easier to use and show people how to work it. Of course, the concept's nothing new. All right. So then you open it back up. And now you do the equilateral triangle fold with this as your center line. So get that lined up right on the center line. Nice point there. And just take your time because you're going to like this flexagon. It's super flexible. Yeah, it was really hard how to figure out exactly how much to get this to work out right. That's why there isn't one without taper glue with the dollar. And most of the paper ones are tape and glue. So you can make a paper one like this, stays together just fine. All right, now what we're going to do, instead of just folding it over like this, we're going to do one way and then the other way. So right at this edge, fold the bill around the back and then make your nice point right here. Line these edges up and crease that down that way. Now turn over. Well, let's see, we had it like this. Turn over this way. And the next fold, see, it goes right here. And I like to hold it the same way each time. Now, don't let the point wrap around. So look at it from the top so that it's not wrapping around. Line these up. See, now the next one will go right here. we're going to fold it in front. So we just did that one. Now we're going to bring this around this way. Line these up. And then the last one. Now you don't have to fold them alternating, but it's kind of like a little shortcut. So look at that. It comes out right to the point. So make your nice point. So this one's coming along great. All right, so now open the whole thing up. You should have a half a triangle on each side. All right, and then first off, just ditch this little flap behind there. Let's see what else we can do. Oh, well, I don't really remember, so. Except for that little flap gets ditched. All right, so fold back in half. And see now, by alternating and folding it how we did, all the folds are there to shortcut a few steps. Now, if you want, you can do the triangles the other way and make a point there. And it comes out a little bit nicer if you do that. So that's up to you. What I'm going to do is if you just take your time and be careful on this side now, you can have it come out just as good, really. So it doesn't really matter where you start exactly, but get one of the folds and then get another one and then get it all lined up. On two sides. So now this one comes over this way. Now we've just got that tiny little bit extra, which ain't no big deal, really. But none would be really awesome. But pre-folds are in there enough to do this part. You're zigzagging, folding these triangles. Just like we did when we were folding the big triangles. I usually let a few undo so I can just play with it. Now see, if you do both ways when it's open, then these edges will come out a little bit better. See how that's sticking up a tiny bit? So it'll come out a little bit better. But it's not totally necessary. I pulled that one out a little bit, tightening this up. All right, and there's that little flap. So just get that tiny little bit. That's pretty darn good. Although the one where I folded up the bottom, it came out exactly. That's pretty cool. This will last a long time flexing. All right. So well, that little corner don't matter. We get the back of the bill, bottom edge up. All right, that way yours will work out just like mine. And then fold underneath and fold underneath. You're like, I wish you would have practiced more. Then hold them together and flex it through. And now this goes in that pocket. Okay. But we do want to tuck that corner in. I can tuck it in later. Oh, well, I wanted to, see, I won't make the videos if I just go on and keep messing with them because, I'll go further and further now. Get something. All right, I got it shoved in really good. I felt it. But hang on. Oh, where's the pen cap? Oh, now it was on record when I meant to have it on pause. I was going to say, the pen cap tool, make sure that point is all the way in there to that crease. So see, now it's in there. And if you're having trouble getting it down, get the pen cap. All right, close that down. And then you can flex it through a few times just to make sure everything's good. And then flex it till the corner's sticking out. Right here. And now we're going to make a crease from the edge going under the triangle all the way over to this one. So you can pull that down. Now, the part that goes, we can flex it the other way. Now turn over And see, here's where we were going to crease it. Because what we want to do is we want to get rid of this part. So just fold that under. Oh, fold it this way. Dang, it's probably a terrible video, huh? Just fold it in a little bit. You know, it came out so good, you might not even have to do it much on this one. Anyway, you fold that in a little bit. And then you fold this down at that edge. But all the way to the point, you can just bring it down to this crease. Because you don't want to get too binding. And now down here, see, sometimes you want it this way and sometimes you want it that way to work on these things. So I think this way now. And then, well, maybe that way. Whatever works best for you. You just got to do a couple little folds to make this look nice. And one is folding that corner in. Right to the edge. And then make sure it's not doing that. So see, it's all the way flat in there. And now, see, that's going to be a little bit awkward. So now we're going to fold it in again. And you can go all the way over to this point. Jeez, I hope I had it on record and didn't mess up some critical spot. All right, so that looks pretty good, see? And then this one folds inside now too. All the way tucked up in there. And then crease it down. You have a tiny little hole at the edge of the papers. They all convene. You can see a tiny bit of the front side of the bill right there. So that's how they've all come out. So if you got that, you got it right. And there it is. Your $1 HexaFlexagon. And now just see that tends to try and stick out, but it's all right. Just go ahead and make sure that's in. And pinch it together. Make sure it's how you want. And then, you know, when it's in a diamond shape, you can line it up a little bit. And then that's when you can smash that seam hiding area. See, now it stays right in there like it's supposed to. And it works great. See? And then you got the other side. You got your pyramid. You got almost the full inscription. Now one of them came out a little bit more to the left. Not sure why, huh? Yeah, the pyramid was a little bit more to the left. But so maybe do all the triangle folds while it's open with just that 1/5 folded in. If you want, comes out a little bit better. But all right, so just smash it while it's in these triangle modes in the correct opening position. And that helps it really get locked in. Now you saw when I pulled them apart, they stayed really good, so it doesn't easily come out. It's intentional if you're going to pull it out. All right, thanks for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, all that jazz. Enjoy. Now this one, I love it because you can just keep that, play with it. If you need some money, be sure and unfold it to the joint area like this before you unplug it. Now this is how it pulls out right here. You have to have that one flat, and then so that crease holds it together. All right, that's it for the video. Take care. Have a good one.